Good afternoon, friends. This is Pastor Kelly with you with the Wednesday edition of Sound Bytes. I'm getting later and later with these things as we go along. Hey, we've been talking about obviously trauma, grief, and loss. And the last week or so, we've been talking about what to say, what not to say. We've entitled it Say What. I think this is Say What Part 4. We're going down a whole list. I have 21 different things which to say and things not to say to somebody that have suffered trauma, grief, and loss. What things ministered to me, what things aggravated me, and things such as that. Today is I just want to give some wisdom, because this happens amongst people who have suffered loss quite a bit, is we cannot compare losses. We've said that before. I'm going to reiterate some of the things. The chances are there's very few losses and very few traumas that are the same, and we make a mistake. Somebody says, I know what you're going through. No, not unless you have gone exactly through what I've gone through. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know my DNA. You don't know my family situation. You might not know my relationship with the person that was lost. So there's a lot of things you don't know. A lot of things I don't know. I've never lost a spouse, so I don't know what that means. I don't know how to think like that. I have plenty of friends that have lost spouses, but I've never lost a spouse. I've never had to care for my spouse for 10 years and 5 years bedside as their lives slowly ebbed away through disease. I've never had to do that. I didn't ever lose a child at birth. I lost my child at 20 years old. See what I mean? Everything's different, and every loss is different. And this is I think the wisdom we want to grab out of this is we don't compare the losses one with another. I know how you feel. I lost my mom. Losing my mom, I lost my mom, I lost my dad, and I lost my daughter, I lost a nephew, and I've lost a lot of people in my life. I lost my mother-in-law. But they don't compare. I mean, they're all grievous. They all cause grief and they all cause loss, but they're all different as well. And so it's important that we understand a sibling, losing a sibling, that's a different thing than losing a parent or losing a child. Maybe you've gone through a lot of miscarriages, or maybe you've had abortions, and now the nightmares of that abortion and you understand it, and maybe you didn't understand it at the time you were young, or you were manipulated maybe, and you're dealing with the grief of that and the trauma of that, and having the memories come back and playing through your mind, and this trigger every Mother's Day. There's a trigger there, and every something that somebody might say will trigger that. You see, we can't understand what everyone is going through. So where does that leave us? It leaves us just loving one another. See, I know a family that we don't compare, or we don't minimize. I certainly don't look at my loss and think it was greater than somebody else's. I've had to learn to think like this. I just want to love the people who have gone through the loss, understanding that I don't understand what they're going through, but I also understand that they need my support, they need my love, they need my affection, and they may need my help too, logistical, physical help, depending on the situation. We're just about out of time. I hope this series is blessing you all. God bless you all, and have a great weekend. Bye.